Hi everyone, welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the 8 books I read in the month of April. I'm just going to be talking about them in order that I read them, my star rating, and a few thoughts about the books. Alright, so let's dive right in. The first book I read was Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I was so sad to say goodbye. And I also didn't have super high hopes for this. I feel like not a lot of people agree with this, but Bo was not a character I was super excited for. And then I just also heard other people's opinions, so I didn't go in with too high of expectations, and I think that's for the best. I gave this a 3.75 rating, which is honestly kind of better than I thought. I rated it above Powerless in the series, so it wasn't my least favorite. A few of the books in the series have age gap, and that doesn't bother me, but it was so apparent in this book. Like, the things Bailey was doing, and sometimes she wouldn't handle a situation like I would have. I don't know, I felt like sometimes Bo was being very vulnerable with her and she was really showing her age. That just definitely got on my nerves, but I did think they had good banter and it was like a fake engagement, which I really liked. So overall, a good time. I'm really glad I read it. Next up, I read Beartown by Frederick Backman. This was my first book by him. I know he's a super popular author, but this was my first time and definitely not my last. I loved his writing in this. I could definitely see myself rereading this and like underlining and tapping a few things. It is definitely a heavier topic, so check your trigger warnings in this. But overall, it was just like a different read for me. I think it's literary fiction, but on the back it's kind of comparing it to Friday Night Lights, if you know what that is. Just overall, this is like a hockey town and it goes through multiple POVs, which I did find to be a little confusing at times, but it was so good. I gave this 4.25 stars. Next up is a book I think is probably one of the least popular in the stack, and that is Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Sinter. So I am going to go into a little detail about what this is about since it's not as popular, if y'all don't mind. Basically, we have a Cassie who is a female firefighter, which is so badass. And because of some family things, she ends up moving to Boston and you know, working with a whole different firehouse, which isn't as accepting of her being a woman in this field. So it's kind of her story where we talk about her profession, her family life, and her love life. So definitely go in thinking of like women's fiction, not a romance, but a romance does happen in this. And I thought it was pretty cute. Like, the epilogue made me cry, which means obviously I did have some feelings towards the characters, but it was a bit insta-lovey in my opinion, which with it being a women's fiction, like, why is there insta-love in this? I don't know. It wasn't bad. I think I'm gonna give this a 3.5 stars. Then we have Keeping 13. This is the second book of the Boys of Tommen series. This is the first book I annotated of the month and I had so much fun with that. Oh my god, these are just like my best friends. I love Johnny and Shannon. And their friends, like the found family, and then Johnny's family. Everything. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I will say the last half of this book was way better than the first half in my opinion. I was a little bored, which I feel so bad saying, but like I was just ready for the last book's storyline to progress. It eventually got there, but yes, love this book. Highly recommend if you have not picked up the series, but check your trigger warnings. Okay, my camera battery died, but we are back with another 5-star read. Oh my gosh. This is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I just recently bought this special edition and I need to show it off. So we have the beautiful cover of like the purple, and then we have sprayed edges of purple mushrooms. If you know me at all, you know why I love that so much. And then the covers inside, absolutely stunning. I love these two so much. Actually, these 3. That's Shadow right there, the dog. Like, come on, you're kidding. And then we have this, which I'm kind of having a hard time showing y'all, but just seriously, so pretty. Also, I forgot to show y'all what it looks like without the dust cover, but so pretty. Once again, this entire thing is just my pride and joy. This was the second cozy mystery I have ever read, the first one being Legends and Lattes, which I did not love that, but I had a feeling that I was going to love this, and I was right. But I have simply talked enough about this book on my channel. I feel so. Just know that I gave it 5 stars. and I'm so excited to read the second one. Next up, we have A Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is the second book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which I've listened to both on audio, which I highly recommend. I believe they both have full casts, which just makes the experience so amazing. And this honestly was just as good as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think I was a little more invested in that book, but I kind of liked the ending of this book more. I don't know, I felt like there's more of like a shock value in this. I was definitely surprised, and I really love that. I think I gave this a 4 stars. And then another book I did on audio was Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This was my first book by her, and I did not love it. I don't know, because I read the back of the book, it seemed really interesting, and I really liked the plot, but the main male character was getting on my nerves at times. I don't know, I just felt like he kind of did a switch up at the end of the book. And I basically just liked other characters more than him, which I never want to feel about one of the main characters. So this is a 3 stars. I'm still going to continue the series because I did like the other characters, but they are just so big. Like, I fear I might have to listen to all of them on audio because I don't know if I would have gotten through this if I hadn't. That's just my 2 cents. I know a lot of people love this book, so I'm so sorry if we have different opinions, but 3 stars for me. And the last book I read in April was Daisy Hates the Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. I also annotated this book. This book was insane. The quotes were seriously out of this world good. Ooh! I can't read through these quotes or I will start crying, but this was a very emotional read for me. It was so good, but there were certain things I did not love. So it's the first Magnolia Parks books. I think I'm not giving it 5 stars. Actually, let's go see what I rated the first Daisy Hates book. Okay, yeah, I gave it a 5 stars. So it's kind of wild to me that this wasn't, I mean, it was like a 4.5, don't get me wrong, but I could not overlook certain characters being with other characters, and I did not like it. And I understand why she did it, but it was just kind of weird. Anyways, amazing, amazing book. Literally love it. Love the cover, love almost everything about this. Also, might I say, those books were all from my set TBR, which I'm so proud of. I had 10 on the list and I only got to 8, which I'm honestly kind of bummed about because I was so close. But I usually read 7 to 8 books a month, so I should not have made 10 be the number. However, I'm so proud of myself. Stay tuned for my May reset video because I will be sharing what my TBR is, and hopefully I do stick to it because I'm only making it like 7 books. But that is all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed so much. Let me know if you read any of these and what your thoughts were. I would love to chat. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye guys, thanks for watching.